purchased all of this jewelry myself, just so you guys know, with the exception of one piece, which we're going to talk about at the end. You'll notice I'm not wearing any jewelry currently. Well, let me tell you about it. Today I'm going to be teaching you, that's right, teaching you, I learned recently, and so now I'm an expert, about how to layer your jewelry, all right? How to create a ring stack, how to layer your necklaces, how to pair your jewelry, okay? I recently had the opportunity to go to the Mejuri store. Yes, I learned how to finally say it. I think I was saying Mejuri. It's Mejuri, duh. On Melrose here in LA, in West Hollywood. I got to have like a one-on-one experience with a stylist and everything, and learn. I specifically said, listen, I don't know how to layer my jewelry, okay? I feel like I am inept when it comes to layering necklaces. Like, I just don't know what I'm looking for. Is it the length? Is it the... Mostly, I think my question was length. Turns out there are a few things that you can keep in mind, and that's what we're going to talk about today. This video is not sponsored, by the way. I just was invited to the Mejuri store and I learned a lot. I'm going to be talking about Mejuri. I'm going to be talking about a very affordable brand that you can get on Amazon. Pavoi is another one of my favorite jewelry brands. Also Ready Made is a really great jewelry brand that I love so much. So trust me, it's not all going to be very expensive. First of all, the location is gorgeous. I've always wanted to go in there. I'm not in that area super often, but sometimes I am. And it's just really, really beautiful. So if you have the opportunity, I feel like jewelry is something that you should go and shop in person. It was super helpful to just be able to go in, see everything in person, see how it's gonna fit, blah, 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 whatever. All right, so in terms of lengths, what do we have going? Okay, 16?
16, we got a 16 to 18 with this.
Okay. 16
to 18 here, and this is more likely more of a shoulder 16 inch.
Okay, interesting. All right. So when you're, okay, I'm about to put you, putting you here. Gotcha. Ready? Do you want to say hello to the people?
Okay, yeah. Eric B, what's up, world?
Everybody say hi. When you're thinking of stacking or layering, I don't know if you want to, whatever. So do you start with the longest one? Is that how you would start?
I probably would start with bulky, probably mid-length. That way you understand how to layer it as far as go with something a little bit more of a pendant base.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay.
Because usually, and that's why I chose the herringbone, because the herringbone's going to have that natural shape where you don't have a pendant on it.
Right.
So it's going to lay on your neck super nice.
Okay.
And kind of give you that base layer where if you have a pendant on your longer chain, it takes more of that V shape to kind of accentuate and kind of complement the body a little bit more. And then if you wanted to put a third one on, you have options to where you can go with pendant to have a little bit of a drop as well.
Yeah.
Kind of like what I got going on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Show the people.
Nothing on this one, but just,
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. So I want to start off with necklaces. So one of the things that he was saying in that clip that I just showed you is, because I was asking, what do you consider when you are thinking about layering? Where do you start with? Do you start with length? Should you start with the longest piece and then build on top? And he was kind of explaining to me that depending on the width, the heft of your jewelry, he would start with the middle piece. What's the main piece going to be, basically, and then build around that. Now, do you want to do something a little bit longer that's going to complement sort of this V shape that I have going on with my top right now? I feel like this is a really good top for layered necklaces because not only is it a V-neck, but it's also a little bit rounded. That's a little bit of a wider V-neck. So I feel like it will complement sort of a longer pendant kind of style. It'll also look really nice with something a little bit more rounded. So I have chosen a couple of layers that I think will work nicely. Now, one of the really important things that I learned when I was there was what to look for exactly when you're layering jewelry. Initially, I was kind of always thinking about it in terms of length, just length. I need a longer piece, and then I need a more medium piece, and then I need something a little bit shorter, which is true. You do want to consider length, but one of the most important things that I feel like I learned during that experience was texture. Not just texture, but also color. mixed metals. We did a lot of like layering mixed metals, which was amazing. I love gold and silver, and I love being able to wear them together, but I don't necessarily always feel comfortable or confident enough in how I combine them. So I have this little combination right here. This is a Mejuri, like initial A, obviously, and you can see that it's like textured. Then I have this ready-made, I don't know what you call these chains, dude. I'm not like a jewelry expert or anything. Got this ready-made piece, and then I have, once again from Mejuri, is this backwards? Once again from Mejuri, a little, just like a little diamond situation. Beveled, is that what they call it? I don't know all of the words. I don't think I know any of the words. So we have something longer and textured. This is kind of in between like texture and smooth. And then we have like something sparkly. Those are the three pieces that he told me to kind of like focus on texture wise. Something smooth, something textured, and then something sparkly, like when you're combining all of those things. So I'm gonna start off, like he suggested, with the middle, the sort of like heavier weight or like mid-weight necklace. Dude, applying these with the nails is always such a nightmare. It was a hell of a lot easier when I had him doing it. Okay, so we have something a little bit more like mid-weight. It's kind of slinky. It's a little bit more round. Obviously, I'm wearing, like the tones on my skin are a little bit warmer. This is sort of like more of a gunmetal kind of color, and it's slinky. It sort of like moves with my body. It sort of like nestles into my collarbone, you know? So next up, I'm going to throw down my sort of like dainty chain with like a nice textured piece. This is the initial A. This is from Mejuri. This chain right here is from Ready Made. Now, what's nice is that it has like the, it has 3 different like length options. So you can kind of see like how it fits best with this. So I think I'm gonna go to the shortest length. And I want to say the shortest one is 18 inches. Well, maybe it's 20 or 20. Okay, so now we have something a little bit more like V, okay? Something a little bit more V. So now we have like kind of this smooth, but still a little bit textured. And then we have like dainty, and then we have a little bit of texture here. And then I'm going to throw down the Mejuri little diamond piece, which once again comes with extenders. So you can choose the length. This is a very dainty chain, and the piece itself just gives like a tiny little hint of a reflect and shine. So you can go pretty short with this one. Okay, so can you kind of like get a sense for like how we've chosen how our lengths are all working together nicely? There's like a decent amount of space between each piece so that each one is kind of like doing its own thing. It's sort of like nestling in its own little area. And we have like a really nice contrast going between like daintier chains. We have like a nice dainty chain with like a tiny little like reflect of light reflection. This chain is like kind of an impact piece, a little bit more edgy, you know? It just adds like something a little bit more like edgy to this outfit. For example, if you removed this and put like something a little bit more like dainty there, the look would be like a little bit more pretty. But by adding this like kind of gunmetal, sort of like textured, you can kind of see like as I move, the light reflects off of it. It gives like, it's giving like armor kind of. Adds a little bit of edge there. So like now I can see that I have this pretty cream top on. Maybe I wear this with like black flared pants and like combat boots. You know what I mean? Like it starts to like kind of change the vibe. And here's a deep zoom so that you can just like get a nice detailed look at how they work together. I love to just like turn back and forth and see like how is the light reflecting? How are those textures working together? Are they going to like, if I'm moving around, like how are they going to like move with my body? How are they going to lay? All right, I grabbed another 3 pieces to layer. So I'm going to start off with the middle weight one, which provides like really, really nice texture. This is like a really cool chain, once again from Ready Made. Kind of see it's like a rounded sort of like box chain. Again, sort of like that gunmetal gray silver color. It's not quite like a pretty, like white sterling silver. This is probably like 16-inch chain. Then I'm gonna go in with this really beautiful, like flat, a little bit more smooth chain. I got this one on, Etsy. Really, really delicate, very pretty. I think this is 14 inches. So a little bit more of like a choker. Kind of slinky, you know, beautiful, like reflect. And then I have this box chain with like a little, like, I think it's like a little sapphire, white sapphire. This is from the brand Child of Wild. I don't know if this particular one is available anymore, but I'll try to link anything close. And then this is going to be my longest. So you can see that these, the way that they sort of nestle, a little bit higher up on the neck, a little bit more rounded, but we end with this like nice pendant. So once again, we're doing mixed metals. We have texture. We're starting off with like a nice smooth, light reflective, kind of shiny choker moment. Then we have this really nice, like the smooth box chain, but you see like a lot of, you can see those like individual links. So there's like a really nice texture there. And then we have this like slightly smaller, smoother box chain with a little bit of like a sparkly reflect. Now, despite these being like a lot shorter, I still think it looks pretty with this neckline because, like I said, this is like a rounded V. So we're kind of still accentuating that rounded V shape. You can see like the finished shape of the necklace is coming together. It really like mirrors the neckline. So this one is one of my favorite combinations. I personally prefer layering in threes, especially when it comes to necklaces. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, threes just always kind of like makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. Layering two necklaces, I feel like they have to be a little bit longer or something. They need to be a little bit more similar. For me personally, I just like threes. It just makes me feel good, especially if I'm mixing metals. I feel like I need two of one of them and I need one of the other. Like just silver and gold feels weird to me. So let's talk about earrings and rings. So I recently purchased these earrings from Mejuri, which you've probably seen in a lot of videos. I've gotten a lot of compliments on them in my most recent videos. I love them so much. They're just like these really large domes that are they're just like very chic, you know, kind of like retro, very chic. They're nice and lightweight, so they're not gonna like weigh your lobe down. I really love them so much. Now, when in the past, and you've probably noticed from like a lot of my videos, there's a hair on my nose and it's tickling the ever-loving shizzle out of it. Hold on, let me get this. It's so annoying. You've probably noticed from my previous videos, when I wear a statement earring like this, my mind immediately goes to, I need to wear a statement ring. Like something, like I have obviously this like rounded style going on my ears. So I feel like, okay, I have to wear something rounded on my rings. That's just like where my mind goes for some reason. It's just like matchy. That's how I was with a lot of my like jewelry prior to this experience, prior to this education that I received, was matchy. All right, I'm wearing these. That means I wear my big dome ring. Okay. Now that I have been looking at my jewelry a little bit differently, I've been looking at things like color, like texture, like shine. I'm thinking more about balance. So rather than popping on a big chunky ear cuff, because I have my big chunky dome earring on, what I want to do is balance that out with, once again, these are from Mejuri, something a little bit more delicate, something a little bit more textured. So I picked up these two ear cuffs from Mejuri. You can obviously see we have like nice beaded kind of texture on this ear cuff, and then this one is just like smooth and delicate. So I'm gonna put the slightly thicker textured one on the bottom part of my ear. My ears always get really red when I touch them, so just like, they're fine. I get that comment a lot, like, are your ears okay? My ears are fine. They're fine. Now I have this big dome earring here that's like quite a statement, right? But I have these slightly more like delicate, like I don't have like big like bulbous texture on my neck. So I want to make sure that I'm like balancing everything so that it makes sense, right? So instead of using like a big large ear cuff that would probably just like look okay with the earrings but overwhelm the necklaces, I'm incorporating some of this like slightly more dainty width and also texture. I think one really nice example of like pairing larger statement pieces would be like these earrings, also from Mejuri. I got these recently. Really I don't know what they're called. I wish I knew what the style was. Obviously, everything that I talk about will be linked down below, but I just got these recently. I purchased all of this jewelry myself, just so you guys know, with the exception of one piece, which we're going to talk about at the end. But they have like a more fine sort of texture, as opposed to this Mejuri ring, which is a little bit more rounded in style. Like you can see the difference. We have these kind of like horizontal, more like slender, like textured lines going down the hoop. Whereas on the ring, it's a little bit more like rounded. It's a little bit more bulbous. It looks a little more like bubbly, you know? And I think that that's kind of like a fun way to incorporate two different like statement pieces into the look that are not exactly the same. The ring does not have the exact same texture as the earrings, but they are in line, you know? And then on top of this, I would incorporate a little bit more like dainty jewelry. For example, these stackable rings from Pavoi, which I got on Amazon, are sterling silver, and they have little like, you know, sparkles in them, little cubic zirconia or whatever the hell. And you can kind of like incorporate these, something a little bit more like delicate, you know, so that you're sort of like balancing out these heavier pieces. And I got 5 of them because I love to stack, but that might be like a little bit overwhelming with this piece. Hold on, I'm stuck in these rings because I put them on a finger that's too big. The panic. Oh, I got it. Okay. Rings is something that I'm like so excited to talk to you about in terms of stacking. So, for example, I have this Mejuri ring, gorgeous, okay, nice and smooth, just simple, like thick band. So I could pair these earrings with this ring where, you know, they're both the same sterling silver. They both have like this beautiful finish to them, but the ring is not textured, okay? So it's going to be a little bit more, it's going to be a little less matchy, but to kind of like, I don't know, make things a little bit more exciting, rather than just doing like this plain ring, I can stack, I'm going to put this on the bottom, I can stack this plain sterling silver with something sparkly. So once again, we have like kind of a statement. This piece itself is kind of large, is larger, a little bit more of a statement piece. It's nice and smooth, but it's a thick band. And then we're balancing that with something a little bit more dainty, a little bit more sparkly. So we're just kind of like breaking up that texture, you know, so that things don't look so matchy and they look a little bit more balanced and interesting. We're adding texture to make things interesting. All right, we're gonna switch up the vibe a little bit. And I wanna talk a little bit more about stacking rings. But quickly, one of the things that I want you to kind of keep in mind is the quality of the silver. Now, Mejuri is an expensive brand. It's not cheap by any means, okay? And they have like relatively more affordable pieces to very expensive pieces. I mean, they sell diamonds, okay? We're talking like diamond encrusted like necklaces, like tennis necklaces and bracelets, you know what I mean? Gives very much that like white effect that like a Tiffany sterling silver gives. For example, this is a ready-made ring, okay? Now you saw the other ready-made pieces, the necklaces, they are very much more of like a gunmetal kind of silver. So you just be aware of that. If I'm wearing these very polished, very expensive looking rings, and I'm pairing it with this silver ring, it's probably gonna look, did I call these rings? They are earrings, and I'm pairing it with this sort of like gunmetal gray ring. It's gonna look a little strange unless I'm incorporating more of them, right? So something you can do instead of like, you don't necessarily have to think of mixed metals as like, you know, pairing gold with silver. You can also think of mixed metals pairing like maybe more like brilliant sterling silver with something a little bit more gunmetal, once again, to kind of like combine dainty, pretty with like a little bit more like edge, grunge. You could pair something a little bit more like thick, a little thicker, a little bit more gunmetal, a little more textured with maybe like a shorter, more like sterling silver, dainty necklace. Okay, so it doesn't just have to apply to like silver and gold. You can mix metals when it comes to like silvers too. So just keep that in mind. I recently picked up these earrings from Pavoi, which are these like little diamondy looking hoops, which are really pretty. And then they sell these like individual charms that it was honestly a little bit difficult to get on this hoop because I don't think that they're supposed to go together, but I did it. I succeeded. Mejuri does sell much better quality hoops that kind of look like this, much more brilliant, and they also sell little charms. They're obviously going to be more expensive, okay? So I'll link my faves from the brand down below, but you do have the option to spend less and get like a similar vibe with these, which I think is like really pretty. I just like adding texture, you know? I like texture. I like danglies. Hoops can kind of like bore me sometimes. So the addition of like a charm or something is really, really nice. Pavoi, these are all Pavoi, by the way. Speaking of Pavoi, I have a little stack that where did I just put it? Oh, I have a little stack that I wanted to use as an example. So I picked up this really beautiful little ring that is kind of similar in style. I think it's called Beveled. Is it called Beveled? I don't know. But it's the little, it's where the little like diamondy piece is sort of like surrounded by the gold. So I'm going to start off with that. Oh, I'm going to start off with that. Okay, that's going to be my base. Then I also got from Pavoi this little heart ring, which has like a little diamondy bit here, which I am not interested in. So I'm just going to hide that. You have the option to show it. You could hide it. I'm going to hide that. And then I'm going to finish it off with this silver single stacker band. Okay. Oh, actually, can you see how the width of this silver one is kind of popping out a little bit? I'm gonna take all of these off and I'm gonna flip it. So if you have a ring that's like slightly wider than the rest of them, I would place that. See, that's so much better balanced. This one is just ever so slightly, the bottom one, the silver one, is just ever so slightly wider. So by flipping those, it just looks much more balanced on my hand. And I love that because once again, we're playing with texture. You have two sparkly ones, right? But the textures are completely different. This one is, not only is it silver, but it just like is encrusted completely. You have this nice like break from all the little sparkles because they're beveled or whatever the hell that's called, with the gold one on the top. And then the bottom or the middle piece is larger. It's a little bit more of a statement, but it's nice and smooth. But you still have that nice texture because you have these like flipping hearts, you know? So it just adds like a lot of interest to the finger. You know, I feel like I can just wear this on this hand and it looks finished. It looks polished. I don't need more rings, but it looks beautiful. I just want to see how this is like my favorite stack that I've made because I'm just like so happy with the texture of it. I want to see how it looks with these earrings from Mejuri that I picked up recently. They are mixed. They're mixed and you can like see they're kind of like square almost or ovally. And they're mixed metals. The top one is silver, the bottom one is gold, and you can like remove if you want. You know, you have the option to just kind of like stack them all up, wear them together. They also have like enameled ones, and I just want to see how this works with this ring stack. Ooh, beautiful. I love that so much. These look like so expensive. They look so expensive. Like they just look like impactful. They're super shiny. I love the mixed metal. I think they go really nicely with this stack. Really gorgeous. I'm trying to decide like what necklaces I want to wear with this. This is the fun part, is deciding like how you're going to stack. Now, I have from Mejuri, I have these cuffs that I bought, sterling silver cuff. So I'm thinking, I kind of liked the gold textured cuffs over here. I think I'm going to throw the silver over here. So that's a little thicker, a little bit more statement. I forgot to mention, or I haven't mentioned, when I was at the Mejuri store, they do piercings there, and they have the flat back piercings. This is my newest piercing that I recently got while I was there. Super cute. This one right here. Love. I have like a super long post in right now just in case I got swelling, and then we're going to switch it to a shorter one later on. And I told the girl who talked me into it the piercer. She was amazing. I'll link my people's info, by the way, like the stylist and the piercer. I'll link their information down below so that you can check them out if you want. And you can also go see them at the Mejuri store. I told her, I was like, you got me wanting more piercings. Now I'm thinking about like what I want to add to this side. Since we're doing mixed metals, I'm gonna, and I have like some dainty stuff happening with my like cartilage piercings over here. I'm gonna do the silver here. I'm gonna throw down the textured cuffs over here. Once again with like the slightly daintier one on the top. Ear cuffs, bro. I was thinking about getting a piercing here, but I do like having the option to like mess around with ear cuffs when I want them. Okay, so I like that. So now we have like texture over here. Okay. Things do not have to be symmetrical, but they should be balanced. I really love that. I love this stack. I think the stack looks gorgeous with it. Now I need to figure out, ooh, this is a fun stack. Look at this. Okay. So I just came up with another stack. So this right here, the beaded, this is like a double beaded texture. This is from Mejuri. And then these two came in like a little, did they come in a set? I think they did. I bought these from Pavoi. So once again, we have nice and smooth texture, and then we have the sparkle. Okay. So if I put these next to each other, I mean, I probably wouldn't wear them like this because it's a little much, but you can see we're kind of doing a similar thing here where we have the sparkle, the texture, and the smooth, right? I actually think I would flip them. I'm going to put them on this hand. Isn't that so pretty? I think that works a little bit better with the like beaded texture on the top because this tends to look a little bit more wide. I love that. I'm loving stacks. I'm loving them. All right, I'm gonna grab a couple more necklaces, and I just want to like finish off this look. Okay, how can we do this? So I have this sterling silver. I gotta tilt you down again. Why are you so difficult to twist? That was more than I wanted, but whatever. I have this chain. It's just like a kind of a delicate like box chain that you can adjust the length of. I think this is Pavoi. So I'm gonna start off with this because it's sterling silver and it's got that really nice like white, bright quality to it. So I'm gonna throw this down first because I know I want to incorporate it. And then I'm gonna kind of build around this one. So this is pretty sparkly. It's got a little bit of texture to it because it's the box chain. A little slinky. Nice and, you know, kind of nestles in here. I think I want something a little bit longer. And I want something smooth. I kind of want to incorporate... Ooh, I have so many options. I want to see if this is kind of delicate. And I think it might be a little bit too long. This little like diamondy piece from Mejuri. But let's see. Oh no, I can go pretty short. I think I'm gonna go to the shortest little rung here and have this just kind of like nestle just above, and maybe we'll do a 4 stack if I'm feeling frisky. Ooh, you can like really go short. Okay, so we got this little diamondy guy just nestled in there. Okay. Maybe I'll add this guy. The Child of Wild. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. I like that. I just feel like these lengths are nice together. Ooh, those are kind of fun. And then you know what? Fuck it. Maybe I'll throw down my initial, because this is like my longest. I really don't have a lot of like long pieces. I think I'll throw this down. We'll do a 4 stack. We'll do a 4 stack. Because apparently I don't, I feel weird about even numbers when it comes to stacks. So let's intentionally do it. And I'm going to go to the, I think this is 18 inch rung here. I just always got to flip it. Ooh, I don't mind that. I like all these lengths, and I like the spacing of like the pendants, you know? I think if I had to adjust anything, if I had something smooth that was this length, I think I would like that, but I don't. I don't have all of my smooth necklaces are just like a little bit too like all of my like flat, smooth necklaces are all a little too short. So I feel like if I was going to, and I just kind of like how that all works together. Like we got the round, 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 and then it comes to a nice point to really like complement the V-neck of the shirt. I think if I had a smooth one that was this length or this length, like a little bit wider and a little bit more smooth, it would help to incorporate the earrings and this cuff as well. Like for this look, for this necklace layer, I feel like we would need to change the earrings to something a little bit more dainty and maybe lose this. Maybe we can keep that as just like a little accent. I'll have to see if it looks strange. Maybe I'll throw down these hoops again, because I feel like the hoops work a little bit better with the stack. Yeah, I think that works better just in terms of like balance, you know? And I actually think that the cuff works. Like I think it works because we have, in the rings, we have like more medium textured pieces. So it doesn't look completely out of place. Love. Just want to give you a close-up of the necklace layers. All right, guys, and if you made it to the end of the video, I'm going to do a little giveaway for you guys, because when I went to this little event for Mejuri, they gave me this little bracelet. Isn't this so pretty? It's like part of their new collection. I love. It's just this little, kind of like dainty chain. I don't know what you call any of this stuff, but look at this heart. Isn't it so cute? It's got a little heart on it. I love it. It's so pretty. So they gave me one of these and then they gave me an extra one. So I figured I might as well do a giveaway. I haven't done a giveaway in forever. So I'm going to be giving away this little piece. And then I'm also going to be giving away some makeup items, because this is a beauty channel after all. So I want to tell you what's in there, or should I make it a surprise? I think I'm going to make it a surprise what's in here. But it's some good new makeup products from Fenty, Say, Rare Beauty, and potentially others. Okay? I will link down below. I'm going to be doing a good old Google form for you to enter. It'll be one entry per person. But if you just like enter that, I'm going to be randomly picking somebody and I'm going to send them a little giveaway. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. I don't know what else to say about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned something from this, because I felt like it was such a good experience for me. I took away so much information just by going into the store and like talking through it. I realize obviously that like not everyone can afford Mejuri. It is not a cheap brand. I after that experience, I was like so excited and I like made a pretty big purchase. It was expensive, all right? So if you are trying to accomplish some of the like same effects of these like stacks and things, or if you're just looking for like a decent jewelry brand that's actually like affordable, Pavoi is a really good option. So I will link all of the products. And I wanted to like do a little styling with this, but I didn't. But I love these. I just wore these to a wedding recently. They're from Cult Gaia and they're freaking amazing. Like, are they not the most fabulous things in the entire world? They're just gonna be like my new, like when I go. Okay, here's a ramble. Whenever I go to a wedding, a friend's wedding, I wear the exact same dress. I have it in 3 colors. And now I have my perfect bag and my perfect earrings. And that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna rotate between those 3 of the exact same dress in different colors. And I've got my earrings and my bag and my shoes. I've got it all figured out. That's the way to go, dude. Don't make it complicated. Anyway, ramble. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Actually, maybe, no, because I want the mixed metals. No, just leave it. Wait, maybe I could add one of these to the stack. Ooh, we do another 4. Oh my God. We do another 4? Oh, that looks really cool too. And then we're finished. All right, I gotta stop. I'm just gonna be sitting here like coming up with combinations for my jewelry. I hope that this helped. If you had no idea how to stack, no idea how to layer, no idea how to just like complement and combine jewelry, it's just like anything. It's like makeup, it's like clothing. You want to think about texture, you want to think about color, you want to think about like how things are balancing each other, you know? That was probably way longer than anyone wanted it to be, but whatever. Subscribe, comment, like, leave me a comment. I just said that. You can become a member of my channel. You can become a member of my channel. Yeah. I've been doing members only live streams. So if you want to support me and if you want to be able to pop into a members only live stream, become a member. If you're an iPhone user, you're going to want to do it on your desktop though, because otherwise you won't see the join button. All right, I'm rambling. I need to eat. I love you. I feel fabulous. I'm going to go. Bye.